Testing. 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 Apparently that did. Okay, yeah. My microphone is working. Good. Wait. Testing round two. Wait. Testing round two. Okay. Yes. Audio microphone is working. Yay. Entirely too much real life going on today. Yesterday and today, really. Yesterday I had to do kind of a short stream, and today I'm starting way late, and I'm probably only going to be able to go for about 2 hours. But I wanted to at least do. This is my weekend sanity check time, as it turns out. Um, so Sunday, which means I am working on my new account, new character on a new account. Now, what I had done last week was my new character is a monk, primary, warrior secondary, and she has finished the prophecies campaign. And last weekend I took her into Sorrow's Furnace just with henchmen. I'm going chronologically, so just through prophecies, and then I'm going to go through factions, then Nightfall and Eye of the North. Taking her into Sorrow's Furnace with just henchmen was kind of rough. Or actually, it wasn't. It wasn't. The mobs themselves were easy to fight, but the mechanics of some of the quests of the dungeons were very difficult with just henchmen. Um, because there's the one I was tripping up on was High Priest Alcar, I think, where you have to it's best to split your forces, and of course, if you're running with henchmen, you kind of can't really do that very well. So yesterday, I ran Slaver's Exile on my main account, and I put up a poll because I was kind of divided. Do I keep going in Sorrows? Do I keep banging my head against the wall in Sorrow's Furnace, or do I just kind of call it, at least for now, and move on to the next step, which is factions? Hey, Seymour, well, welcome in. Thank you for the enthusiasm too. I kind of need it. I've been a bit beaten up by real life today, so I'm here. It's good to be behind the computer and be able to play a game. So yeah, yesterday I put up a poll: do I continue in Sorrow's Furnace or do I just move on to factions? And actually, nobody voted even in the poll. So I flipped the coin, and it came up starting factions. So go play Guild Wars. Yes, I will. I am about to. So what I'm going to do, uh, Sunday is new account day, and so I had the option of bringing my monk character over from Prophecies. Focus. Yes, I'm trying. I was going to bring my monk character over from Prophecies into factions. However, because I am a little rusty on some of the details of factions, I wanted to do almost like a little interlude first. I'm going to create a new character starting in factions so I can go through the starting island, do the starting quests, get properly introduced to Master Togo and any of the other NPCs. Don't go down. Don't hurry. Be happy. Thank you. I've got a cheerleader in chat. It's making me happy. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm going to start a new character in factions. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a ritualist, because what I am thinking when I bring my monk over, once I get to where she can switch professions and factions, I think I want to make her a monk assassin, just because I think that'll be extra funny. So I think until then, I will play a ritualist. And this will also unlock some ritualist skills. So, oh yeah, hair. Hair horns. It's kind of pretty. Give it, hey, it's okay. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Seymour. But yeah, I'm gonna let's see. Red hair. Seymour, you seem especially happy, especially into it today, which is cool. Ooh, she looks she looks very annoyed at life right now. Ugh. Always happy. Oh, that's good. I'm I'm glad people can be always happy. I'm happy now. Now that I'm behind the computer and able to play, I just had too much. Oops. Too much real world stuff. I don't like dealing with real world stuff on weekends. Let's see, do I do mini ritualist? Maybe a little bit short. And maybe blue? Green. What? Purple? I know this doesn't really matter. The armor will swap out pretty quickly, but... yeah, I'll just go red. Domesticated disturbance. Nice choice with a writ. Versatile and always in demand. Yeah, I don't know how much you heard of my intro, but I am starting with the Ritualist and factions. Ultimately, I'll be bringing my monk character over from prophecies into factions, but I wanted to do at least do the starting island, the introduction to factions with a new. Oh shoot, names. Now this is a spot I am horrible with names. So what I've been doing on this account, I have a number of other characters on this account besides my monk. They're all stuck in pre-searing still. I've just been looking up kind of foreign-inspired words, translations for things. What's a foreign-sounding word for ritual? How to say ritual in different languages? Need every moment to have a simple coffee in the morning, ritual at night. Wow, ritual is ritual in a lot of like. Oh, Hungarian is interesting. It's their tartas. That's cool. You know what? Good enough. I'm going to go with that. On this account, I'm going to have all my characters are going to be Alila, space, wacky translation. Random name generator to name ritual mango. I'm you know what I found with random name generators, like if there's one online, I'll find myself hitting the randomize thing. I'll sit there for an hour just hitting randomize, just looking at the new one, at new names. So oops, no. Sertartas. That is loosely Hungarian for ritual. So, and it looks exotic, if maybe a little, you know, Eastern European. Although before I choose that, I should look at some of the others and see if there's anything else. Welsh is daffodil. I'm sure it's not pronounced that way. Irish is Deutschian. Deutschian. This is nice and exotic. I'll go with this. Gods from other cultures? Yeah, I suppose I could have looked up gods. Oh, movie time. Yep, 200 years have passed since Jadewood remade the face of Cantha. The Empire of the Dragon still needs heroes. For decades, young Canthans have come to Xingzhe Monastery to learn from the greatest living hero of Cantha. Ritualist known as Master Togo. Strike a pose. Names of gods. Hades, Keeper of Souls. Have you guys played Hades? That is a good game. Greetings, students. Welcome to Shinjai Monastery, Cantha's premier training academy for young heroes. You've been invited here because you show great promise. Yeah, I know Factions is going to warp speed the training, so... You may talk to an instructor to learn the basics, or you may come with me and we will enter the monastery now. Do I want to learn the basics? I mean, I know the basics of the game, but I'm kind of curious how they introduce it. I am going to turn off my headpiece, though, because I want my exotic hair back. Let's see. Attend orientation. Welcome to Shinjai Monastery. I am Instructor Ying. I will begin by teaching you a few basic procedures. First, let us discuss moving the camera. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. I regret this already. Moving the camera. Yes. Try looking direct. Yes. Yes, I know. Yeah. The chest. Oh, yeah. He's going to give me... This gives me like a starter weapon or something, right? Very important. Oops. Yeah. Instant regret. Hey, hey, Clean Star. Yeah. I'm speaking to someone as a quest. Go ahead and flip the manted hatchling buttons. Yeah. Yeah, instant regret. I'm like, oh. I didn't realize. I mean, of course it would start me out, from absolute zero. But man, I forgot what absolute zero was. Manted hatchlings, yes. Although here's where I get in trouble. Yep. I jumped the gun. I'm too eager. Need to talk to him, and then... Yes. Yes. Let's kill some bugs. I am a little curious about how the new player experience is, on this one. Oh, Kisai, I think these guys become henchmen later on. Except for Yijo. I think Yijo gets corrupted. Turns into an afflicted at some point. Meet me at the gate. Yes, alright. Let's go to the gate. Vicious, bloodthirsty, level 0. Mantids, I'm sure. There we go. There's a lot of them. Oh, those are down on level below. Okay. Simply left click it. Yep. Doing so. Keep moving forward. Now they'll help me. Actually, no, they really didn't. 6. It's already better. Can't identify it yet, but... Step inside the next area, we'll talk about death. Yeah, the instant regret is strong. Oh. I must walk slowly. Very well against those hatchlings, but there will likely be times when things do not go in your favor. Follow me to the Resurrection Shrine. You can do it. You can say it. There we go. Resurrection shrines become active as you near them. If you die, you will be resurrected at the nearest active shrine. Oh yeah, thanks for killing us all. I would imagine that doesn't count towards Survivor. That'd be pretty hilarious. I have died 0 times, so yeah. Oh, unlike pre-searing, you get death penalty here right off the bat. Is there no remedy for this death penalty? Defeat foes, reduce death penalty, visiting a town, resets. Yep. Be an awesome hero, no hit kills. Yeah, he just walks in and goes, hi, everyone dies. And if there are no resurrection shrines in the area, at times you may undertake dangerous missions that have no resurrection shrines. In such cases, death will require you to restart the mission from the beginning. It's possible to learn skills to resurrect fallen companions, but first we should concentrate on skills that keep you alive. Skills for variety effects, from healing your allies to damaging foes to allowing you to run more quickly. Using skills is often the key to victory. I have weapon warding and pain. Yep. Oh, I didn't mean to give him weapon of warding. What's myself? Oh, geez, the duration, 3 seconds. I love visualizing, trying to imagine how this sounds in real life. Like if you were actually there and she says, I can press keys 1 to 8 to activate these skills. Like, what are you talking about? We're out here and there's no keyboard anywhere. Oh, now it's time to go clear out more bad guys. Bad bugs. Yep. I clicked on you. Open the door. Open the door. Danger zone. This is the Kenny Loggins area. Clean Star. Your name meets ritual. It is Hungarian, or the Hungarian word for ritual, I believe. I do not know that for sure. That's just what the internet told me. On this account, I kind of like to give the last name of a translated word that has something to do with the profession, rather than just say ritualist. I want it to be a little less obvious. Although, if I ever run across any Hungarian players, I'm sure they'll roll their eyes and be like, you just named yourself Ritual in a different language. Yeah. Kill more dudes. The Alila is just a nonsense word that I've used as the name of all my characters for like 20 years. Although apparently it does have a meaning. In Hawaiian, I think it means alone or lonesome or something. I didn't even think of that. That was just I looked it up after the fact. Yeah, weapon awarding really doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, it's alright, but for a 3-second duration, it is currently not great. And I have an offhand available now. A little more energy. Excellent work. I now have a res signet, and I can pump up the communing a little bit. And oh yeah, spawning power. Creatures you create have 4% more health, and weapon spells cast 4% longer. Yeah, I'll put a point in channeling too, because I know I'll be piping into channeling. But each time you gain a level, you gain 5 attribute points. Spend the attribute points to improve your attributes. Are we done with remedial school yet? Attributes enhance your combat. I know I have no one to blame but myself for taking this quest. But move your mouse pointer over an attribute and hover to learn what it can do for you. Yeah. Already did. Went into town, raising lower attributes. I'm going to have to remember this when I do Nightfall. Do not take the starter intro. I changed my attributes. Some of the number values in my skills changed. Any green number can be raised. Yes. Where? Come on. Okay, I can't speed them up by just closing these things when I'm done reading them. Think you're ready to enter the monastery. Yay! Oh, come on, run. Run! Let me in! Nope. Speak to Ludo, and he will admit you. Ludo! As in, Labyrinth? Smell bad. Well, I did get a slightly better wand and an offhand at least, although it's not like I wasn't going to get that soon anyway. I'm Ludo, welcome to the monastery. I trust your time with the structure is informative. You cannot learn it here, it cannot be taught. Seek out Headmaster Quinn. Your staff will... Let me into the monastery. Yes, let me go. There's Headmaster Quinn. Spirits tell me that Professor Guy is ready to begin your training in the ritualist arts. It seems that some necromancer or other has left us quite a mess to look after. Not that I'm surprised, you'll find Professor Guy in Sunquil Vale. Alright. Oh, and I now have some more. A High of Painful Bond. Vengeful Weapon. Ooh, Vengeful Weapon. Oh, and hang on, did I gain? Nope, I didn't gain that well. Gotten any gold? I have a little bit of gold, but not enough to actually do anything with. How much is storage? I think storage is 50. I'm not really going to try and Iron Man this character or anything. Although having said that, I'm not going to go crazy with equipping her with a lot of stuff out of storage, but I probably will take advantage of my leftover stock of fabrics and materials. Because, yeah, this character is just for getting me through the starter island. Ludo has something. Are you heading out into Sunko Vale? Be very careful. The Vale is a dangerous place, especially for a lone student. In fact, I was just helping Lucas, Kisai, Yunmai, Asun, and Taya arrange a group to travel to the Vale. Maybe you should all go together. Invite at least one of them. Oh, yeah, just party. Party up. Ba-da-ba-da. Sure. Not too worried about dying right off the bat, but you never know. Alright, Ludo is going to give me points for successfully recruiting people. I am pleased to see you out there. As I said before, Sunko Vale can be a dangerous place. In addition to the usual Mantids and Kappa, you may find yourself facing more organized foes. The Naga have been sighted in the Vale in increasing numbers. Certainly do not need to tell you to be careful around those snakes, do I? You'll also see members of the Crimson Skull around the Vale. They are little more than thugs and cowards, but be wary of them. They are led by a former student of this very monastery. You know, I think this is why Master Togo has been so lenient with them. He hoped his former student would reform his ways. Take care of yourself and always travel with companions. Right. Yeah, there's my bar. Professor Guy's where? He's down there somewhere. Mercury, I'm sure, is another one of ArenaNet's jokes. Probably named after Marie Curie, the scientist who discovered radium. And Master Quinn believes you're ready for training, does she? Well, the spirits share many things with her that the rest of us cannot conceive. She is fortunate to have such omniscient allies, is she not? Better condense your indoctrination into the ritualist arts. The onus is again upon the ritualist to attend to the necromancer's foul leavings. Ah, ritualists versus necromancers, huh? One of their number has lost control of an agglomeration of minions, which are now loose in the cemetery. I want you to take care of this problem for us. Useful in evaluating of your abilities. I shall give you some skills that may prove useful. Alright. Union and brutal weapon. Minions gone wild. Alright. You know, honestly, I probably just need this. Oops. Why are you going away? Oh. Having the party with me, I'm sure, is overkill. Guess that is that. Oh, you know what? I am going to put up a poll. What should I choose for my secondary? Hang on a sec. I need to... Since I can now do polls, or inline polls, I keep forgetting that I can. So... Manage poll, do poll. Because honestly, I have no idea what I would want on this one. Oh, I can only have 5 choices. Well, I'm just going to put the first couple that go into my head. I imagine Necromancer will probably be one. Duration, let's go, say 10 minutes. Plenty of time for people to vote. I find secondary is usually not as important to Rit as with other classes. I am inclined to agree with you. My Ritualist on my main account is just using all Ritualist skills. Except for like some PvE skills, like from Nightfall, Eye of the North. Gives me considerable pleasure to send you on to your next instructor. His name is Ang the Ephemeral, and he was a cherished friend to many of us at the monastery. Believe me when I say that Ang is not what you were expecting, but if you hope to be a great ritualist, you will heed him well. He waits you in Panjang Peninsula. Seek him out. Oh, that's right. Level 1 enemies don't actually aggro. Just walk past all these guys. Oh, it looks like I need to go this way. Actually, it looks like it doesn't even really matter. Oh, I have points. Naga is where we're going to start running into. Yep. So, oh yeah, on the poll I put up, I can only put up 5. So which ones I'm missing? What, Warrior and Mesmer, I think, is secondaries options. Currently, it looks like it's tied between Ranger and Monk. If it's actually tied and there needs to be a tiebreaker, I'll add in Warrior and Monk as well. Let's see. Oh, do I have gold? Oh, I could buy an ID kit. Actually, before I do that, I should unlock storage. Just storage account. Show me my storage. I have no gold in there. I think my monk, my primary monk, is hoarding all the gold still. How much are ID kits? 100. Alright, well, just gonna wait on IDing that stuff a little bit longer. Was this a conversation quest starter? Bring a message from the Crimson Skull for farmer Sing Shou of Sume Village. Close not speak and be gone. Captain Queemang of the Glorious Crimson Skull Guild orders the people of these villages to pay 2/3 of their crops in tribute. Good grief, 2/3. Starve if you could give you that much. What you ask is impossible. We have many mouths to feed in our guild as well. Surely a farmer eats less than a fighting man. Farmers work to grow these crops, and you do nothing to deserve them. We protect you against outsiders, and none dare attack this village while we patrol these lands. The guild protection, shakedown. The godless sons of Kappa robbed the village blind. Take it your answer is no. Captain Queemang will not be pleased. Captain Queemang can go to the mist for all I care. It's not the end of the matter, farmer. I don't know if that spawns. So go home to your master and tell them we have no further use of you here. I don't know if this is going to spawn a quest. It might. You gonna give me a little exclamation mark there, pal? Nope, he's just gonna walk away. I love Lucas' ill-timed air guitar during the shakedown. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, if you're sitting by and you're just watching NPCs with a conversation, your henchmen don't like to go too long without doing something like that. Shake down the farmer, and Lucas like, yeah! 6 kappas, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is where I'm feeling more the need of the, yeah, Vengeful Weapon. Seems to be Vengeful Weapon is used, or I don't know if it's still used, but was used in some Ritualist farming builds. Oh, and then Kisai just starts dancing. Losai Hatu. I don't know why I was thinking that was a centaur. Oh, because there's Losaru. Losaru are centaurs, I believe, in the Prophecy's Desert. Soul Keepers. Hang the Ephemeral. I imagine Kai was cryptic as usual in his description of me. Did I frighten you? You do not look easily frightened. Well, then let's get started. I bound the souls of some bandits into objects years ago so that the envoys could collect them. Strangely, they never did, and the shackled souls remain here to this day. We will use them as test subjects for your newly acquired power, but be forewarned that they will show you no mercy if you allow them the upper hand. Please take the time to review the skills I have just given you. Spirit Rift. I will place that there, and the other one is Generous with Sangrai. Costs health, gain plus 50 maximum health, and then heal once I drop. I brought Spirit Rift into Slaver's Exile yesterday, and it was working for me on my Ranger. Don't be afraid. Oh yeah. When you're ready, approach the Soul Keepers and open them. Dispatch the shackled spirits using you. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put pain there. Okay. A non-issue. Aha! The poll just ended and we have a tie between Ranger and Monk. Alright, well, I'm going to do poll number 2. A tiebreaker. New poll. So, Ranger, Mesmer, Monk, Warrior. And I'll set that for another 10 minutes. See how it goes. So if you feel like guiding my fate, go ahead and vote. Otherwise, I'll do what I did yesterday. I'll end up just, flipping a coin. It's like, I could actually see... On the one hand, a lot of times I'll pick Ranger as a secondary just because I like running around with a pet. I could see Mesmer maybe being useful just for getting energy. Getting energy back might be useful too. Come on, give me my credit. Your training is progressing very well. Ready to move on to the next stage of your journey. Master Togo wants to meet me in the Linnet Courtyard, just off the main monastery proper. Needs a map to travel there quickly, and he just keeps walking away. Alright. So... Oh, hang on. Before I do that, I now have enough gold. I can get a... Oh, we've got another quest over here. I can get an ID kit. First time chat from Terranol. I'm conflicted. On the one hand, I'm nostalgic for Barrage Splinter Weapon. Your point about Mesmer makes sense. Honestly, it doesn't matter. By the time you get far enough to where you'd really be using Splinter Barrage, I'll be able to switch secondaries anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Hang on. There are some troubling rumors that Naga have been sighted at Zennai Falls. Normally I would not be overly concerned at their presence, but if they're indeed within close proximity to the falls, they could pose a threat to Cantha's water supply. I am awaiting an important missive from my commander, or I would simply go check on things myself. You'd be doing me and your fellow captains a great service if you could head to Sume Village, seek out Sister Choi Ju, who has extensive knowledge of the area. Perhaps she can provide some information about this Naga threat. And monastery credits, you can trade those in for something. I forget. Welcome to the chat, by the way, Terranil. I don't know if I welcomed you properly. Half the time I end up pure writ skills plus a few title track skills. Yeah, domestic. That's kind of how I ended up on my main account too. It's really, the secondary really isn't a huge issue. Although Ranger, I mean, I can get tigers, and I do like tigers. I run around with a white tiger on my main account all the time. Oh, I have a armor +4 while casting. All right. Yeah, I expected this to be an SOS thing. You know, actually, I think, I mean, yeah, I'm using pain right now, but as I get more skills, I kind of feel like I want to avoid being a spirit spammer on this account. Or, I mean, on this character, I should say. Like, maybe I go all in on like channeling skills. Or what is Spirit? Yeah, Spirit Rift is channeling. Let's talk to Master Type. Yeah. I mean, there's anything wrong with Spirit, you know, Spirit spamming. It's kind of what you see everyone doing all the time, because it is very effective. I mean, I use Spirit spamming a lot on my Ranger as a farmer, you know, to like farm greens off of bosses. It's great, but I kind of feel like being a little different. Headmaster Quinn has told me great things about you. You've begun to learn the way of the Ritualists, but to reach your full potential, you must choose a second path. Ah, yes, here we go. Speak with the other headmasters and learn what they have to teach you. When you're ready to make a final choice, come speak with me. Yeah, thanks for the welcome. Yeah, no problem. Vengeful was Kanai and run headlong into everything and hope for the best. Vengeful was Kanai. That was a big farming one for a while. I seem to remember, you know, that's why Mesmer, I think, was sticking in my head, was there was a farming build where you used like Sympathetic Visage and Ancestor's Visage, I think, to like drain enemies of energy. And then you would use Vengeful was Kanai to like suck the life out of them. Feather farming still works well. If you're interested in taking the assassin, you know, Zahn was general in the Tengu Wars. When you returned with Talon Silverwing in his sign, many shunned him, but I saw it as a testament of his character. I'm just going to take all of these. If you're interested in taking the monk, Mara is a Kurzik from the Stone Forest. She was a woman of strong opinions. She thinks I do not know that she disapproves of my station here, but her scorn does not trouble me. She's an excellent monk. she's an excellent munch. I don't know why I was saying munch. She's an excellent monk. Teach you what you need to know. Seek her out in Shinjay Monastery. Okay. Kuju. Taking Necromancer profession. Master Kuju, I think you will find her quite pleasant for a Necromancer. Necromancers already getting a pretty bad rap in factions, it seems like. Interested in taking Elementalist profession. Master Bang. Bang is a bit arrogant, but he has much skill and can teach you. Terranil, I never really played Writ, so I'm ignorant on that class and its old new builds. I just remember SOS being required for Fissure of Woe speed clears. Yeah, what I would do, I would use it for farming. Like I would take for farming green weapons. I'd switch between either SOS or being like a touch ranger on Ranger, because Ranger can do SOS very well too. I'd have like henchmen come in, help clear out all the riffraff, you know, all the miscellaneous guys, and leaving just the boss. Flag the heroes way far away, and then I could go in either with Touch Ranger or SOS and kill the boss. Greco for Ranger is Lux and bound to us only by his sense of duty, else I imagine he would have flown our little coop by now. He's a good fellow, an excellent Ranger, and Lucas is partying again. Mesmer, speak to Headmaster Ka. Do not be alarmed by Ka's strange behavior. He has walked the path of illusion for many years. I do not believe he is entirely certain of what is real and what is not. Alright. Boat's almost over, so if anyone has any preferences, speak now or forever hold your peace. Ning the Tanner has something? Wait, something's going on in Alliance chat. I would love to give you a belt pouch. They cost me practically nothing, and I hate to see... Oh yeah, belt pouch. Fortunately, I run out of materials with which to make them. If you would go to Kaitan Village on the Penjang Peninsula and speak to Herder Seung Yu, she could provide you with treated hides. Carry those back here, I'll make a belt pouch. Alright. Worthy effort. Oh yeah. All the instructors are in one space. Master Ka, Mesmer. Cannot be an illusion, for Master Togo knows the difference. So you wish to become a Mesmer? I don't know. Take the powers of illusion and domination. You need some new clothes to wear, but otherwise you look like a good candidate. Empathy, sure. Quick later. Oh, poll ended and nobody voted. All right, well, I'm just gonna monkey around with this stuff, and then yeah, I'm kind of going between Ranger for a pet or Mesmer for energy. Although honestly, I don't think I'm going to be using any of the skills at least once I get more skills. Oops. I will do the Mesmer thing and a belt pouch. Oh, the belt pouch is on the next village over. Well, I guess I'm doing the Mesmer thing. Not going to commit to Mesmer, of course, just... Actually, that's a question for chat. Does anybody know if any of these secondary starter quests unlock any skills for your account that you don't already unlock by doing the secondary stuff in Prophecies? I mean, besides the assassin one, of course, will unlock some new skills that I wouldn't otherwise have. Let's see. Headmaster Ka. What's the time to bring you to training? Oh yeah, it's worth doing it for all of the secondaries, just for the experience boosts. This is why Factions has you leveling up so fast. Priest who tends the Shrine of Mad in Sunko Vale appears to have been hexed with an unusually powerful experimental illusion and has become a danger to himself. Travel to the Shrine of Mad and your brother Sitai is unfortunate. You will need to bring along a hex removal skill. Ah. Shatter Hex. Let's put Shatter Hex there. Spirit Rift, go boom. There we go. I couldn't say offhand outside of faction-specific skills. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking vaguely of account unlocks. Not that it really matters. I don't have any heroes yet, and I won't for not until I get to Nightfall. You know what? Maybe I do need to... Oh, he's level 12. Yeah, that's... I might need to pump a little bit of extra into restoration if I want to be using that vengeful weapon. This area is such a blast from the past. Oops, I didn't mean to do Union. Because it seems to me Sunko Vale, like when Canthan festivals roll around, there's like a lot of farming you could do just in Sunko Vale. Don't know if I remember that. Actually, we're coming up on the Canthan New Year. Should be in a week or two. I think I saw something about that coming up. Sitai. Face Hex. And that's that. Thank you for restoring that poor priest to his rightful self. Sure. Oh, and I have a key. How am I doing on? Inventory's starting to get a little full. I just realized my color key isn't working all that well at the moment. Wonder if I can adjust that while auto running. Oh, went around in a little bit of too much of a loop. Mei Ling. All right, auto path to her. Yeah, slightly better. Done well. Performed very well. Next, move on to Lo Sha in Kinya province. Oh, is that where, yeah, there's like an assassin boss over here that drops like really low level greens, if I recall. A set of green daggers. I think it's the first time I ran into low level greens in the game. I used to farm green weapons a lot back in the day. Because, of course, they were perfect. I mean, you can't mod them. but if you knew exactly the stats you wanted, greens were great. You could really just go, you know, shopping, almost shopping for them. The only thing that was kind of a bummer about them sometimes was they might all have perfect stats, but the skin might be really ugly. That would be kind of annoying. Like, it's perfect in every way, except it's ugly as hell. Oh, there's a sign for Kenya. Yeah, Jin the Skullbone. Oh no, I thought he was an assassin, but maybe he's a ranger? Yeah, he's green. He must be a ranger. And I'm pretty sure we attack him, and he gets a bunch of helpers dropped down. Yep. Ooh, Ty is taking hits. Ty is down. Now I'm taking hits. We're really not able to get through his troll engine. That really would have cracked me up if he had dropped a green. Whatever his green is. I am surprised that fight took that long, though. Alright, where's this guy? He's down here somewhere. Man, Taya is just really... apparently want to kill her. Oh yeah, she is the healer. She is the heir to the throne of Elysia when it comes to boss aggro. Or, not boss aggro, but just aggro in general. Oh, look at this asshole. He's over here dancing. Oh, he's level 14. They're level 8s. Yeah, I'm level 3 and 4. I'm not gonna step into that one group. Need to do that belt pouch quest. Not quite dead on inventory space yet, but up there he is. Hey, look at the nice big group we aggroed. Yeah, Vengeful Weapon is certainly nice. Oh no, that's Taya healing me, I'm sure. You know what? It might be time. A little bit of that. Over aggro. But we did it. Wait, I should look and see. Do I have any, That's the starter wand I can get rid of. Starter cane, don't care about. Starters you just trash or drop because you can't even sell them. I hope Mei Ling has not poisoned your mind with her blind devotion to Headmaster Ka. That dawdling fool should have been replaced long ago. I'll continue training. I must confide in you. I purchased a gift for Mei Ling, a magnificent ornate box imbued with her favorite music, but some of those Crimson Skull thugs ambushed me on the road and stole it. Would you sneak into the Crimson Skull's camp and retrieve the ornate box for me? I love this. He's supposed to be my teacher. And he's like, yeah, these guys jumped me. Hey, you're a student. You go into the hideout. You deal with them. I hope she appreciates all my trouble. Dude, you're the guy sending me into the cave. Alright. Energy tap, yeah, I will. Energy tap is kind of the skill, the Mesmer skill I was thinking when I was thinking Mesmer might be a decent secondary. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, campus back here. Okay. He's teaching you about delegation of personal responsibility. Yeah, if you have lackeys to do your work for you, you don't have to do anything. It's kind of a conservation of energy thing. It's like, why do it yourself when you can just get other people to do it for you for free? Nope, well, not backfire. That was a bad flip. I did not mean to do Union. I was trying to do the Painful Bond, but oh well. Get the chest, get my teacher's jewelry box. You know, I have a question. If I did a ranger secondary, can you put weapon spells on pets? Well, I mean, I'm sure you can put weapon spells on pets, but yeah, and pets have auto attacks. I would imagine that would work. I don't know necessarily how. Well, I'm gonna pump up restoration a little bit. Take the gift. Meet with Master Togo. Sure. Talk to Togo. Oh, quartermasters. I think these are the guys the monastery credits go to. Aha! Yes. Exchange for 2 bags. And a salvage kit. This is more of the warp speed starter stuff. First time chat from Just Skip. Hey, how's your faction start going? Yeah, it's going all right. I am honestly, I was having a bit of a day just in real life earlier. I started my stream like an hour and a half later than I wanted to, and I was pretty stressed. So I'm just kind of relaxing and cruising. It's been nice. Um, I'm currently trying to decide what secondary I want to go with, although I've also been saying, and a number of other people have been saying in chat, it's like the secondary on a ritualist really kind of doesn't matter because a lot of times you just end up with a full ritualist bar. That, and also you can switch your secondary pretty quickly in factions too. You have to get like just part way through the city, and then you can switch. So it kind of doesn't even really matter. Master Ka told me great things about you. You've begun to learn the way of the mesmer, but to reach your full potential, you must choose a second path. Speak with the other masters. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do the others because that gets some good experience. How are you guys doing today, Skip? And actually, everyone else in chat. I hope Real Life is treating everyone else in chat today kinder than it was me today. Today wasn't even necessarily really bad for me. It was just kind of just annoying, just like one errand, one task after another. Amara, study the ways of the monk. I think I can actually pile all of these quests up, come to think of it. But Dandy had the same sort of day, not a lot of time to play myself, yeah. It's kind of a bummer. I was all like looking forward to playing, and it just kept getting pushed and pushed, and that's annoying. Accomplished monk, teach me monk skills. Yeah, I think I can actually just do all of these. A great warrior. Talk to Talon Silverwing. Yep. Teach me warrior skills. Necromancer. Oh, that's the character model of the what's her name, the seer that convinces Shiro Tagachi to go crazy. Can't complain, kind of quiet, just how I like it. I like it quiet as well. Oops. I think I can accept them, but I might actually still have to do them one by one for the sake of skill equipping. Train you in the way of the Rangers, you'll be able to tame wild beasts, yada yada yada. Sujun. Assassin's Path. This is the one where I'm going to learn new skills, really. Actually, I'm going to talk to that one last, so I can run out with the assassin skills. because those will be wholly new skills. Oh yes, he said he was full of himself. Powers are quite over your head, I'm afraid. You should search Sunken Vale for my underling Runsu. Choice, I will look. Alright, now for assassin skills. Blah blah blah. 2 assassins, Jinzo and Panaku. 2 sides of the same coin. Alright, seek them out. Assassin skills. Now, I've got a lot of useless starter weapons. And I can get rid of at least some of them. I can get rid of the caster ones. The martial ones I might need to keep. Shadow Refuge, Dancing Daggers. Excuse me. You know, I'm going to take Union off. And I do like Vengeful Weapon. Oh, here's actually another difference. Factions and prophecies. I can actually... Oh, no, never mind. It's the same. At first I was thinking you could actually start to put points in your secondary attributes, but my eyes weren't seeing the skill thing properly. Never mind. Right. Assassin Trainer up here somewhere. And actually I think I can check all of the other guys for the sake of speed. Oh, there's... Okay, that's the Necromancer trainer. Let's do Necromancer first. Unless he needs me to have Necromancer skills equipped. Although, if it's anything like the others, He'll probably give me some fresh ones to equip. Welcome to the life of death. This task will test your ability to utilize minions effectively. Yeah, I ditched my minion making skills. Oh, I can have him just give me a skill. He just gives me the next higher up skill. And oh, nice! It is okay. In answer to my question earlier about whether trainers in factions unlock skills you don't know in prophecies, they do, or at least don't know by default, I should say. Since I never went very far up the Necromancer train in chain in prophecies, it's already given me these two, and they were account unlocks, so that's new. Cool. Basically free skills for heroes later. Well, that means I can actually knock out a lot of these tutorial ones just kind of all at once. Efficiency. Finally finished. About to give up and head back to the monastery. Taught you all I can be bothered to. Sure, I'll make a fine necromancer. More likely you'll die trying. Sister's waiting in Panjang Peninsula. And her name is Sue. Thrilled to continue your studies. Sure. Well, I'm just going to move in a circle here. There's kind of a circle of trainers. Master Lee is very wise. I'm honored to hear praise. Do not judge Paniku, but I do not claim to understand him either. I was born an assassin in a family of monks. I'm accustomed to being misunderstood, so in that way we're similar. Paniku and I... Life and death are gifts of the gods. Each has a price. Our solemn duty as assassins to be quick and precise with our blades. Your prey should not feel a moment's pain. Must die before it knows you have struck. Trust your steel is sharp. This exercise will sharpen your mind. Target minions. Kill 5 minions. Teach me assassin skills. Equip. Assassin weapon. Must follow lead attack, and I don't have lead attacks equipped, so I can't actually do anything. But I'm guessing it doesn't really matter, because my henchmen are just going to do this all for me. Yep. You did well. Today your targets will be someone's sister, mother, or son. Knowledge is yours to bear. Yeah, I forgot that about assassin. You got to chain attacks, so if you don't have lead attacks equipped, you can't do anything. Oh, that's right. I need to identify my truncheon. This one will be enchanted. It's Talon Silverwing, who I bet is warrior trainer. I assume Headmaster Zahn sent you. Let's have a look at you. Yes. Headmaster Shu judge of potential, as well as a great warrior during the wars known in these lands as the Tengu Wars. General Zahn bested me on the battlefield. He saw something in me then, spared my life. I am sworn now to protect and serve him. Alright. Oh, I need to fight him. Okay. Given some skills. Sure. I'm not really going to need them. Because I'll just beat you with my regular stuff. More points. Sister tie. Okay. Teach you the basics of healing. Alright, healing touch. Oh, I need to talk to her again. Oh, I don't think my guys are supposed to be attacking him. Yeah, I just need to keep him alive for 5 minutes. I know I'm overhealing him, but I really don't have anything else to do. Oops, no, talk to her. Mei Ling, that was the Mesmer one that I've already done, I think. Is about to go out collecting gold, save the endangered blue scale. I suppose new student takes precedence. Just learn that live rabbits are being used as bait by a hunter who wishes to capture a yeti. If this were not horrible enough, it seems that those kappa... Okay, they're just cruising off. It seems that the scent of the rabbits is attracting all sorts of other creatures, which are attracting travelers on the road nearby. Help free the rabbits. Alright. Ranger skills actually have nothing to do with... I don't think the ranger skills actually have anything to do with the quest that I'm doing, but... Alright. There's still one rabbit. Oh wait. I opened the door. There's a third rabbit cage somewhere here. I mean, the rabbit ran. Oh, there's a chest. I can use my key. Oh, here's another rabbit cage up here. That's odd that the quest thing didn't change off of that. Read the fur. I released all of them. Although the quest marker is still stuck on that one cage. Sujin? Free the fur. Hurry, we have to free the rabbits. Yeah, I did. Oh, I guess... Oh, I need to kill the kappa it attracts, I guess. Yeah, okay, I see him talking. He's talking about killing Kappa. Hungry Kappa. It's going off this way. Yeah, that was it. There were just a lot of Kappa that thing attracted. The bunnies attracted. That registered. Still have one more to do here. I have 2 coins, 2 mana pinchers, 2... Not enough to get collectibles of anything yet, looks like. Killing rabbits, bad. Killing turtles, totally okay. Yep. Yeah, rangers apparently definitely have a, favorite, to anything with fur. Rather than scales. Or furless, at least. In order to command the elements, one must first live with them, contemplate them, go down to the beach to find a stone of the elements, bring it back, stun. Okay. The earth. Yep, that's that's used in some elementalist farming builds, if I recall. Ice spikes. Searching for the stone. If you can have it, if I fight you in a duel, fine. Problem. I mean, Kisai might disagree with me, considering how she died, but... Yep. Just do another inventory check. Do I have anything? Excuse me. Nothing really of note, unless I wanted to wander around with a shield, but honestly, caster energy is kind of more important for the writ moment. Yes, I knew Juan would also be on. I sent him myself. Now you know true task I set you. Formed as expected. You appear to have patience required an elementalist. Well, you're testing my patience there, man. Alright. Jang. Sure. Some coins. Four coins is going to get me much, but you know, honestly, the those monastery credits that it gives you, that gives you quite a leg up over like the prophecy start, because the monastery credits you can instantly get bags, and I didn't see if you can also get runes of holding from them, but I wouldn't be surprised if you can. Do a little inventory. Oh, hang on. I'm going to keep the collector items around just in case there's something worthwhile anywhere. I'll keep the starter things for a little bit longer too. I don't think I'll need them, but just on the off chance they want me to actually kill something with a proper weapon. Oppression specific weapon, I should say. Sister Choi Ju was yours. Oh, Apprentice of Naga. Wayne's blessing upon you, child. Are you a new student at the monastery? Yes, I thought so. I can always recognize the face of an eager young student, ready for knowledge. This is your first time on Xingjie Island. You should really visit some of the local landmarks. Here in Sampo Vale, you'll find Zennai Falls. Supplies most of the water supply most of Kantha. I think they did the Mask Pass to Kinyan Province, which is a truly lovely place. While you're there, be sure to visit the Tengu village of the Eyrie, as well as Onsang Island, where the Kappa make their home. The East Jaya Bluffs pass through Sunga Caverns, Breathtaking Ice Cavern, lead you to Haiju Lagoon, Tanzing Pier. Captain Zingu is right to send you. You have the latest information. The Naga have mapped the area and are using the waters of the Zennai to traverse the lands. This is troubling because Kantha has very few rivers, and the Zennai is one of our main water sources. If you travel to the falls, you will see a deep hole with steep constructed walls. This connects to all of Kantha by a large subterranean cave system, providing our Kanthan citizens with fresh water. If something were to happen to this water source, much of Kantha would be without drinking water. Okay, so this little bit of lore actually makes me feel like there is a missed opportunity for a dungeon of some sort that would actually have you go down into the subterranean cave system to fight Naga. Because I don't think there's anything like that. I mean, I know there's a cave here in Panjiang, like, I think somewhere over here. But it's just full of either Naga or Crimson Skull guys. Oh yeah, I should check. There's one trainer here. Let's make this larger. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and then another one down here. I think what I'm going to do, because I am a little tight on time, I'm going to finish up these secondary quests, because this is great XP. And I will choose my secondary. And then I'll probably end stream right around then. It's going to be time to start thinking about dinner sometime soon. Ah, Elementalist stuff. Get ready for the dueling grounds. Learn the fine art of dueling. Age-old tradition. Ah. Stone daggers, firestorm. Well, you know what? Oh, shoot. They're hurting me. They're killing me. I was not expecting that level of pain. Although maybe I should have. I mean, they were elementalists. Well, you survived. Well, sort of. More than I can say. Alright. Monastery credit. Performed well. Hey, points. Let's bump up commuting a little bit. Okay, so this guy's like the skill name pun master. Yep. Go back to Togo, except that I will not. I'm going to go on to the next trainer. It's right there. Oh, and here is a new quest. Rumors in how. You look like the sort of person who gets around. If you don't mind my saying, do you think you could do me a favor? These cursed kappa have been eating my crops. I cannot get rid of them with just a pitchfork. It's too dangerous by far, but there's a hunter named Sukaro visiting Xingzhe Monastery. Sukaro promised me a kappa trap unless you pass through here. It's not been back this way. Get the kappa trap. Alright, well that's just... It's just going back to Xingzhe, it sounds like. Wenga. It's the person I need to talk to. Talent. Okay, this is warrior stuff. Thieves have been stealing long beans from the bean fields that are nearby. Cannot abide thievery. No honor. Go to the bean fields and kill crop thieves. I'll keep the elementalist skills actually. If you're gonna let me kill them my way, I mean a little AoE might be nice. thief, get a little bit of pain. Firestorm. Is that all? Evidently so. I expected more. Expect more from thieves. Alright. Yep, go to Togo. There's one more. He's down. Oh, they were level 1s. They weren't going to touch us anyway. Oh well. Oh, no, okay, these guys do want to touch me. Man, how expensive is Ice Spikes is 15. Yeah, that's expensive. Suit. That's the one I'm looking for. Ritualists, yeah. Kind of liking using Firestorm against other Ritualists, to be honest, since their spirits can't move. Alright, what's going on here? The novice to waste my time. So you passed my brother's test. Well, perhaps you can be of some use to me. Clear this cave of Naga. A little more than pest some of my peers, but for you, they will provide a challenge. Take a moment to review the skills. Necromancer skills. Oh. Soul Feast. I was hoping for better Necro skills, honestly. Oh well. Oh, they're going to go in with me. Hey, wait, you just said this was a waste of your time and you're going in with me. Oh, spirit rifting each other. You got me. That's actually not going to do any good because I don't have a spirit with me. This is kind of the longest of the tutorial ones. It's like the others, it's like, oh, kill one guy, or maybe two guys. This one's like, clear out this whole cave. Alright. Oh, there we go. Just took a minute for it to register. Oh yeah, do I have any interesting weapons? Not really. See Togo. Will not go see Togo. I am going to go travel a long way up here. Hit the rest of these trainers. It's going to be a long, long run to get there, though. We have a random monk boss. What is your deal? Oh, he's going to be annoying, isn't he? Yeah, he's just going to heal through just about everything we can throw at him. Okay, he has reverse hex. Alright, he's being annoying. Let's move on. Cute. Ways to go. Yeah, I was through here to do hang the ephemerals. Little ritualist quest. Alright, this group's gonna aggro because there's a big guy. Shield. Just sneak by these guys. I need to aggro more than I need to. Possible. Alright. Who is the closest trainer? We have him, and him. So Panaku is closest. Oh. I think also... Oops. Oh no, belt pouch was back down there. Oh well. I will continue just with the secondary stuff. Actually, I'm starting to get more collectible things. Do you have anything interesting? Animal hides. I don't recall animal hides ever being a drop. Oh, I'm getting spirit drifted. Alright, there's Pelico. Oh, more points. Imagine Jinto spoke to you of duty and balance. That is all well and good for him, but as for me, I do this for the thrill and the pleasure and the gold. Look into your victim eyes as your blades steal away his life, and you can take his power, his essence, into your own. Damn, dude. I remember everyone I've ever killed. They've all become part of me. They're my power. It will teach you to be a hunter. I have a paying job from some associates of mine. If you make the kill, I will split the profits with you. Headmaster Lee would not approve, but never mind that. Speak with me when you are ready to accept the task and learn new skills. Well, my Necromancer skills aren't great at the moment. +3 and... Okay. Can't actually use that dagger skill since I don't have any lead attacks or offhand attacks. Oh, he's off and running. Alright. Well, I guess I'm following. Oh, is this... I think I remember this one. We're off to kill a Tengu boss of some sort, and I think don't we get in trouble for that? I want to say there's like a secondary like follow-up thing where you atone for it. Not sure though. It's a distant memory, but I seem to remember this. Swift Honor Claw, yeah. Been expecting what I did for my family. I did no regrets. There he is. Well, yeah, there's his dead body. I already got him. Feel his life running through your veins? No. Here's your share of the gold. I would appreciate not mentioning the specifics unless Headmaster Lee. We don't want to be on the sharp side of her steel. We're no witnesses to our actions, so if word gets back to either Headmaster Lee or the Tengu, I'll know how it happened. I hope we all have an understanding. What an asshole. Alright. So there's a guy there. I guess I'm going to go up and around. It is odd, yeah, there's area. It's like, it is a little odd that there aren't any other Tengu around. Oh, no, there's a couple. Like 3 guys. It's just Kappas everywhere. Getting a lot of ancient Kappa shells. Wonder if they're useful for anything, for any collectors. Okay, level 2s don't aggro either. Good to know. Joe. Once I've been trying to trap a particularly elusive Yeti. I have set rabbit traps to lure him, but I find the traps broken and the rabbit's gone. Perhaps together we can do what I have been unable to do alone. I suggest you take some time to remove the skills. Ranger skills. Flame trap. Yep. Let's go get him. Nice. And I've unlocked flame trap. Oh, what's the star here? Oh, she gives collector armor, none of which I have. Kill the Yeti when it appears. There it is. Where is it? There. Easy. Alright, now we have one last one. A1. What is this one? Headmaster Amara. I think this is Monk. Headmaster Amara has foreseen a sickness will come to Canthus soon, a plague that will turn the meek into raging monsters that will kill anything they see. Headmaster Amara is never wrong. We must gather 2 ingredients, nongberries and tiling buds, so she can attempt to create an antidote. I don't need monk skills for collecting some stuff. Although that appears to be the only profession quest that actually is going, sort of ties into the story that's going to happen. Berries, and then King, and Lucas cannot stop dancing. There's an assassin manted boss down there, which I don't think we're going to be dealing with. Yeah, that's going to be the last of the secondary profession quests. And yeah, I guess I'm going to have to choose here. You know, I mean, it came down to what the voted choices of the people that did vote. I think it was between Monk and Ranger, and I put up a second poll, but nobody responded to that one. I think I'm going to go Ranger, actually, because I think I do want to try playing with putting weapon spells on a pet. And again, I know it doesn't really matter because I'll be able to switch secondaries pretty quickly. But still. On my way. We'll turn these in. Oh, Sukaro. Splinter pet. Yeah, I was thinking something like that. You know, it might be. Oh, yeah, because each pet actually does have some individual skills they can use. I wonder if there's any pets that, do AoE. Because, yeah, then a Splinter AoE pet would be a lot of fun. Kappa Trap. Yes. That's right. That was a quest that I picked up somewhere. We'll turn this stuff in at Togo, become a ranger. I will go out and I will capture a tiger, I think, because I like tigers. I like cats. And Togo. Audience. Yep. Now let's just cache all these in. You will not be able to change your mind. Well, I will be able to later. Uh, later, later. Fitting choice, young one. Congratulations. You now have the choice of returning to your headmaster to earn your insignia for your primary profession, or you can take a further quest from me. Although it is your choice, I recommend you speak to your headmaster. Sure. Insignia. Not sure what that's all about, but yeah, I'll accept that, but I'll do that later. First, I'm going to go grab a pet. And expertise is just whirling defense. I guess I'll bring Union back in. Maybe up in a warding. And a res, just for safety's sake. He said something about an insignia from... Ready to earn your Ritualist insignia, alright? Advanced training is designed to teach you nuances of Ritualist arts. Ritualists summon spirits and objects to aid their allies. They can create powerful weapons and manipulate the spirit realm to heal allies or harm foes. Speak with Instructor Ing to begin your training. Okay. Oh, okay, there's going to be a lot of things here. I'm going to go out, I'm going to capture a tiger first, and I will come back and deal with this at a later time. I think. What's going on in my inventory? There's that Kappa trap. I need to sell a bunch of stuff. I can also get rid of some of these starters. Togo. I'm not going to talk to him yet. There is a tiger right there. Okay, there it goes. And just because I now have Hobbs. He's not white tiger Hobbs, but he is regular orange Hobbs. Alright, I'm going to jump back into town. Actually, not that it matters. I can shut down right then. I think I'm going to call it. It's getting close to dinner time here. I'm going to see if... Let's see, I've got a couple people in the stream. Might be worth a mini raid if anyone else is online. Oh, Depp is running. Alright. Well, I will send you his... Depp Dinkleberry, he runs a lot of like high-level stuff, a lot of high-level farming things. So, Domesticated, thanks for streaming. Have a good night. Yeah, you too. I'm going to start a raid here. And I'm going to put up my closing screen, and I will see you guys another time. Probably next weekend is next time I'll be streaming, or I expect to be streaming. So, anyway, good night, good luck, and I'll see you over in Depp's stream in a moment.